Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's up, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? This is the Alamo City Sportscast. Ooh, we have some siblings. All right, what are we doing here?
There you go. I thought some aliens were coming through.
Yeah, I got it. Do you have your phone on by any chance? All right, here we go. Sorry, Michael Jimenez here, Spurnandez here. We've got some technical issues real fast that we got to resolve. All right, let's try it now.
You got me? I think it's my stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if you have your speaker on your computer. All right, what's going on, everybody? Hey, what's going on? Mike Jimenez here. This is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from West Bear County right now. We're going to have real Spurnandez on, joining us from San Diego, California. Obviously, we're going to talk about that epic Olympic game yesterday between Serbia and the United States. Team USA going for the gold, taking on France and Victor Wembanyama. What a great. Here we go. Let's see. Spurnandez, you there, baby? You there? And now, let's see. There you go. Let's hear you. So test 1, 2, 3.
The aliens must have been at my house, man.
There you go. We are now up and running, baby. That's I'm a freaking caveman when it comes to technology. Okay. So anyway, Mike Jimenez, Rick Fernandez. You know him as Real Spurnandez on Twitter. You know him as Spurs Twitter. He's legendary in San Antonio. Exit 7. We're gonna get into the Olympics yesterday because my God. What an epic game yesterday between Team USA and Serbia. 95-92. Team USA down 13 going into the fourth quarter. Fernandez, I got to tell you, man, I did not watch this live. I turned off social media. I did not get on Twitter. I did not get on Facebook. I was not answering anyone's text messages. I put everything on mute because I had to work. And then I had to take my kids to go get their school supplies and all that stuff. And then I got home. It was around 9 o'clock, and I turned it on. Had no idea who won. Had no idea what happened. And there I am at around 11 p.m. last night, screaming my head off at the end of the game. You guys got to watch it live. I feel like I watched it live, too, because I didn't know what the hell happened. But what a great game yesterday. Down 13. Dude, come on, man. Did USA win this game, or did Serbia just blow it?
Man, it was wild. I was watching it live, and I was tweeting, as I was watching it. I was having some mimosas. It was about noon Cali time on the West Coast. It was, again, it's you watch it and, it's like you think Godzilla's coming, right? And then nothing, you know what I mean? Nothing. It's like Tyson Douglas, for us boxing fans, where you're like, oh, Tyson's going to run through this guy. And it's not happening. And you're like, wait a minute. You're like, wait a minute. It was wild. It was wild to see. They dug down, man. They dug deep. Steph did his thing. Man, these are just like the Olympic moments. You know what I mean? This is what history is all about. So, one could say that Serbia blew it. Probably a combination of both. It takes two to tango, but it was wild, man.
I think it was a combination of both because, check this out. Here's what I did like about the game early on. Steph Curry blew up. He had like 14 points in the first 3 minutes of the game. He was just on fire. What I didn't like, and this is me, why I'm going for Team France when it's all said and done, right? And Wemby, baby. I hate this team. I can't stand it. It was an epic comeback, and, USA, but I hate this team because of the players that are on there. Steph Curry doing the shimmy. You were losing by 3. Yeah, you were on fire. You had 14 points in the first 4 minutes of the game, but you were also down 19-16 when you were doing that. Why was he doing the shimmy? Why was Devin Booker on the court? Why is Devin Booker even on this team? Dude, Devin Vassell is a better player half the time than Devin Booker. Devin Booker is the most overrated shooting guard in the entire NBA. out there throwing bricks the entire time. Steph Curry, they kept them in the game for the most part in the first quarter. Serbia came out and started, running them out of the gym in the second. They chipped away. The USA chipped away in the third quarter, got it within 13 at the start of the fourth round. It appeared as though it was going to get closer and closer, but that Serbia was going to pull away. Serbia missed some wide open 3-pointers. 3 to 4 minutes left in the game, and then we see Joel Embiid ball out. Joel Embiid, who was left out of the game a couple of weeks ago, went out there and just played bully ball. Kevin Durant realized at one point, he was like, oh my God, they let us foul in this FIBA rules. Impressive. Instead of bitching about it, play the game, win in Rome, or in this case, win in Paris, do as the Parisians do. They allow you to hack and hack and hack. And there was this one rebound that Durant got on Jokic that would have been a flagrant foul in the NBA, but was a no call 4 minutes ago in the game. I don't know if he stripped it from Jokic. He stripped it by going underneath him and grabbing the ball from him. That was a foul in any other league except for FIBA, but they let him play. And I think the players were understanding, wait a minute, we can get away with a lot more. LeBron can attack the basket, be the bull in the china shop type of thing. They can do more out there, Rick. And, man, I was so impressed with the comeback. Did I want them to win? No. I wanted Serbia to win those guys. But at the end of the day, I liked the drama. The drama beast was fed.
Yeah. I love the FIBA rules too, man. I love that they let them play on because that's something that we talk about old school basketball or with the way things used to be. And it's like that. Like you said, they let play-ons that would be flagrants in the NBA. So I do love that. It brings more toughness to the game. It makes the players kind of realize hey, there ain't no, look to the refs to bail you out, it's a big boys game, so I do love that too. Again, I mean, I'm rocking the Viva la France today because, our guy, which we could talk about that game too, which was also, it was a great game, but, like you said, it's a team of superstars that all want to be the man and all want the ball. And so it's really tough. And, these other teams, they play together. They're teams, right? They're not just an all-star team. They are national teams that play together and know each other. And you could see it on the court, right? You could see the cohesiveness and things like that. Where our guys are just stars that are there. And they're just so talented that they're winning on talent, right? And that's how it's been, right? Yeah. But the talent gap is closing, as you see, with the other countries having NBA players, so, France, I mean, they were in tough against Canada, who has NBAers. Spain, Germany, France was the underdog in both of those games, right? And their will to win and their cohesiveness of the team, pulled them through.
I think that you're right. The talent gap is shrinking. I mean, it's been a long time since Drazen Petrovic was in the NBA and Vlade Divac and Yugoslavia, which isn't even a country anymore. I remember watching those players come through, and then we've seen Manu from Argentina. We've seen Tony Parker, Giannis from Greece. And all of a sudden, Nikola Jokic, 3-time MVP. The talent is getting better. Now, here's the thing, though, man. You put the Serbian team against this Team USA team on the NBA court with an NBA ball, NBA dimensions with NBA officials, they would have gotten their brakes blown off by 50 points. They would have.
Yeah.
USA is having to conform to play by FIBA rules, smaller, narrow court. I'm telling my family, my friends, look at the court. Does it look the same? Mm-hmm. It doesn't. It's narrow. And we've heard for all these years, Luka Doncic, Jokic, Giannis saying it is hard to score in FIBA, but in the NBA, man, that's why I have all room in the world to do picks and pick and rolls and all that stuff. Over there, it is bully ball, it's ping pong ball or pinball machine basketball. But I loved it, man. I loved it. We do have a $2 super chat coming in from Mario Cavasso saying it's Friday, and what? We don't give a damn. Exactly. Hey, I don't have the button that Joe has to turn on the grito, so I'm going to need you to do it. I'll do the ooh.
Right. We got to improvise, man. Without the man behind the magic, Joe. Yeah. We got to improvise.
Joe, by the way, is in training right now. He has a job with the Department of Homeland Security. He'll be in training the next 2 weeks. So I'm doing this from home. We're going to try to have a guest each time. Do you know what I didn't realize? I was like, he goes, well, why don't you have somebody join remotely. I'm like, Joe, I don't even know how any of this system works, man. I barely know how to turn it on. It takes him 30 seconds to fire this up on.
Yeah.
I'm like 30 minutes just looking at it like it's a weird Zoom.
Yeah.
What I got to do is I got to show people. I'm going to take a photo of this and I'll post it on Twitter of what it looks like of what I'm doing here. And it's just it's too much, man. I like talking. I don't like the little mechanics of it all. But
I'm with you.
We're talking about France. We're talking about the officials from yesterday's game. There was that backward call that was not reviewed, and people are talking about that, how that should have been reviewed.
Yeah.
The worst call. Well, actually, I'm going to preface this. I'm an official, right? High school basketball official. The worst call and the best call today was the exact same play. Happened between France and Germany. Germany had the ball, and the ball hit the rim barely. So the shot clock should have restarted.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, the ball went behind the basket. One of the German players got the ball, saved it, threw it to a player that was down low. 24-second shot clock expired, right? It expired, right? Everyone stopped playing, but he saved it to a guy that was wide open who was like just going to lay it up. In the NBA, it would have been, just bring the ball in, 14 seconds on the shot clock. The officials looked at that play and said, well, he was going to make it.
Yeah.
He hadn't even shot the ball.
Yeah.
They awarded him 2 points because of the belief of, well, he would have just laid it up or dunked it. So let's just give him the 2 points. I mean, that's the score clock's fault, right? The scorer's fault.
Yeah.
What did you think about that particular play? I don't know if you remember that play.
No, I do. I absolutely remember, because I remember saying, like, that's going to be huge. And, and I tweeted that. I said, if this game is close. Yeah. And it was towards the end. That 2 points is huge. Where, like, I've never seen that before. And even the commentators were, there's D Wade and the other guy, they were just saying, like, man, just gave him the point. Like you said, well, he was gonna, they're playing on this like faith of like, just give it to him. He would have got it anyway, kind of thing. Where that was wild. I've never seen that before, and everybody was confused. It's like they gave him the bucket, like you said on the.
He didn't even make it. The play had stopped, and then he was like. Like 3 seconds later.
Yeah.
By the way, FIBA officials would have called Dez Bryant a caught ball. So they would have been like, it looked like a catch.
He probably caught it. It looked like it was supposed to be. Why not? Just give it to him. I'm down for that.
See LeBron James go out there and just completely lose his mind. End of the second quarter, he was whining like a little bitch, and it was pissing me off, man. You're representing the U.S. That flies in the NBA. It makes you look soft in Europe, dude. That's what it does. He was complaining. The only one that doesn't complain too much is Kevin Durant. Durant will make a point, but he doesn't complain. So when he does it differently, there's certain ball players that are built for FIBA. And I think that's the thing that we need to realize as Team USA progresses in future years. Steve Kerr, the head coach. We have Spo as the assistant coach. When you look at that, they need to find players who understand how to play FIBA, and you have to understand that whiners can't do it. And the thing is that you can see Steph Curry. It's all about, they're going to leave him wide open. Of course he's going to want to play these type of rules. You look at Kevin Durant, Bam Adebayo plays well in this. To some extent, LeBron does as well. But, man, you've seen so many players on this roster who have struggled with the physicality of the game. And, by the way, did you see how much trash Serbia was talking to Team USA, their bench? One of the players made a three and started jawing at Carmelo Anthony, who was in the crowd.
Yeah,
what was it all about? You know what?
He did the point to your head Melo thing. He did the point to your head Melo thing. Yeah, that was amazing, man. And Melo's sitting there like, all right, like I thought we were gonna have a Reggie Spike Lee, situation.
Yeah, I was picturing the midway part of Rocky IV where the bench is clear and they're like, there's a melee here in Moscow. World War III is breaking out, but instead of, well, it kind of is Russia, right? And Serbia is pretty damn close. It used to be at one point. Yeah. I'm not mistaken. I don't know my geography, but I think that's the case. When Wembanyama's going for the gold, we've talked about this, man. You know what? Speak it into existence. And, people give me crap all the time about Jimenez. You're wrong about this. You're wrong about that. What did I predict for the finals in the gold medal round about 2 months ago? Yep. I predicted Team USA against France.
Yep.
And I predicted that it would go down to the final minute and that it's going to be LeBron against Wemby. And if that happens, man, you won't be able to shut me up about this. Because France wasn't like the favorite to go to the finals, to the gold medal.
I'm telling you, they were not
odds.
They were favored. Yeah, they were not favored against Canada. You know,
they weren't favored against Canada. They weren't favored against Germany.
Against Germany, exactly. They really weren't, man.
They weren't against Australia either. But that defense and Wemby out there. I mean, you look at Wemby's stat lines. You look at it and go, 7 points, 12 rebounds. He must have had a crappy game. No, that was a couple of games ago. No, they're triple teaming him. They're letting his other teammates shoot the ball, and guess what? They're making the buckets. And that chrome crowd.
That's what I was gonna say.
If they were in Munich, they would have lost. They played in LA like in 2028, they would have lost. Having that home team, their home crowd helps.
That's what I was gonna say, man. That home crowd is literally uplifting them. Like it really is. Like that Paris crowd is insane, man. And like I love it, man. I love the energy. And I agree. I totally agree with you. If this was at a neutral grounds, I don't think they would have summoned that mustered up that intestinal fortitude to pull those games off, because that crowd is really lifting them, man. And like I think this is just a historic like setup for, I think USA is going to win this year. That's what I think. But you got to fast forward to 2028 in LA, right? There's not going to be a LeBron, probably not Steph. Like there's, some of those old guards are going to be gone come 2028. Yeah. And the French team is going to get better with, probably Richarche, and he has 4 years and different French players in the NBA, and Wemby 4 years from now, come on. So imagine that. Imagine, a US beats, France in Paris for the gold, and then you got a massive rematch in 2028, in LA, right? I know that's down the road, but I love storylines, man, and I love stuff like that, and I think that's what's being set up. So it's great, man.
Hadn't even thought about that. I mean, 3 of the top 6 picks in the draft this year were from France.
Yeah, I mean that French national team is gonna be solid in the coming years, So I don't know. I think it's cool, and being in LA, being in the States, and the dynamic of all that, and they're gonna be like, hey, you beat, if this happens, right? Hey, you beat us in Paris, we want to beat you in LA, kind of thing. It'd be wild.
Want to see something impressive, something wild? $20 super chat.
Nice.
Coming in from the Drew Show, wants to go back to the Team USA game. He says it's hard to score when corrupt IOC paid FIBA refs let LeBron play Joker like a rugby player once he was up 18, and then let AD flop into Durant and call the fourth foul on Joker. It's BS. Not corporate sponsorship money. Go France. I don't know, man. I think what I saw in the game yesterday was a switch turn on. The switch turned on was the players realizing we can get away with a lot. We're bigger than them. Mm-hmm. Maybe Jokic is bigger than most other players on there, but Durant, you're taller. LeBron, you're wider. Embiid, you're taller and wider. Go use your body. Go be physical. And is there corruption in FIBA rules? There is, but it's usually in soccer. It's usually in other sports. I really haven't seen it in basketball. Have there been questionable calls? Yes, there have been. But for the most part, I've been okay with the FIBA rules. Dude, I really like the broadcast on NBC Peacock. I think they've done a fantastic job. And I know a lot of people are opposed to TNT not being part of the system anymore, at least as of now. I like what's going on Peacock, dude. They do a fantastic job.
Oh, yeah. Peacock's amazing, man. Peacock's is a really great platform, man. And especially when it comes to the Olympics. They got all the WWE content and stuff, like literally. Like I'm an old WWF guy, you know what I mean? And I was talking to Brandon and Sith, who are doing a lot of great wrestling content, right, through the network. And when Peacock, you could go back to WrestleMania 1, you know what I mean? You could go back to SummerSlam 1988, and all this, that, So I was, as a matter of fact, yesterday I was watching, after the Olympics and stuff, I was watching the Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, WrestleMania 3. And I let Sith and those guys know, because I know they love that stuff. But so it has the Office. Peacock is. I mean, we sound like we're a commercial for Peacock, but it's really great, man. Like if somebody doesn't have it, like they should definitely tune in. But yeah, the commentators and everything they got going on with the sports and the Olympics is amazing.
So we have Sam Salinas saying that they got physical and that's what won the game. They got into a 3-point shootout with Serbia and were getting embarrassed. Dude, Bogdanovic and those guys were just knocking down 3 after 3. They got cold towards the end. And what was weird was that when they got cold was when they weren't being guarded. When they were guarded, we were knocking them down over and over and over again. There were certain plays. I saw this turnover by Durant, where Durant was going to go save the ball very nonchalantly and then didn't realize he was already going out of bounds. It's almost like mental memory of I can take X number of steps.
Right.
Will be inside the court in the NBA. You saw him nonchalantly go get it, look down, freak out, throw the ball down court, and it was stolen at midcourt and for an easy layup. You know, it was picked off. It's little things like that started to add up, and it's just the non-familiarity. You bring all these FIBA teams onto an NBA court with those dimensions, they get blown out.
Yeah.
The FIBA rules makes it a little bit better. But going back to Drew's show with his super chat, saying go France. Okay, I put that poll out on Twitter the other day saying, hey, Team USA, Team France, if they play, who are you going for? And more than 70% of those responded, and a few hundred people responded saying that they want Wemby because Wemby represents San Antonio. Now, you represent San Antonio, but you also represent the USA because you are a former United States Marine Corps retired. Thank you, sir, for your service.
It's my pleasure.
You have to say Team USA, but you still got the French jersey just in case, right?
Yeah, listen, man. And again, this is what's great, man. This is what's great about fandom is like Spurs fans are torn, right? They're like, hey, Wemby's our guy, man, you know, and we love Wemby and we're Viva la France and we're doing that. But I mean, again, the USA is USA. I mean, again, as a Marine, as an American, of course, I'm going to root for Team USA. I'm going to be rocked. So I have that 1992 David Robinson Dream Team's USA jersey, right? So I'm going to be rocking that on Saturday, but I'm going to have my French jersey just kind of there, right? Like, so I'm going to have, you know, I'm not flip-flopping, but I'm going to, you know, I'll put up a picture or something with my US. I'm going to wear USA. Like, I'm going to wear my USA. But, man, I think Wemby with Wemby with Team France against USA is just like, this is what we dreamed of. Like, we were like, man, this is going to be awesome if it happens, you know? So, I mean, honestly, I was kind of, I was not rooting for them to lose, but I was like, well, if France loses, then I won't be in this quandary, right? Because I'll just root for France to win bronze and we'll be good, you know what I mean? So it was one of those things where it was like, man, you know, but man, good for Wemby, man. You see the emotion out there on that kid, man. You know,
the end of the game, like crying, I mean, doing it on his hometown, doing it in Paris. I know the Spurs going to be playing 2 games there. I think the 23rd and 25th of January. Pluto's in Paris. I know that's going to happen.
Yeah, but
to see Wemby go out there and just start sobbing was amazing. Now here's the thing: France beat Germany 73-69. Germany was favored by 6.5 points. So it was a bit of an upset.
Mm-hmm.
France upset Germany. France upset Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Canada to get over. Worst case scenario, Wemby's got a silver medal. That's the worst case scenario. But wouldn't it be cool? I mean, I know you're going for Team USA, kind of have to, right? But I would love if they won for the Spurs to start Keldon so that they can have their starting lineup come out at 6'5", small forward, Olympic gold medalist Keldon Johnson. At center, 7'4" from France, gold medalist Victor Wembanyama. The idea that the Spurs, who have, I guess, no All-Stars on the team. I mean, CP3, but I mean, he hasn't been a member of the Spurs yet. To have 2 Olympic medalists on this team. It's pretty interesting, man. It's pretty interesting. But yesterday, you take a look at the game, Wemby was not shooting well. And if I could say anything about the gold medal game, Wemby is due. He has shot poorly the past couple of games. Yesterday, just 11 points, 4 of 17 shooting, was 1 of 8 from 3. He did have 7 rebounds. The one thing I liked about Wemby, though, yesterday, even though his shooting wasn't on, shot was off. What I liked about Wemby, his passing games. Dude, his passing in this Olympics, when did he turn into Manu? I mean, he is finding lanes and pockets to put the ball and get dimes out there that I haven't seen him do in a Spurs jersey. What are you seeing out of his play?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And And even Dwayne Wade was like, man, I just feel like Wemby's about to hit a big shot, like he's due, you know? So Team USA, it's one of those things where he hasn't really played offensively as great as he normally does, but he might be due come that gold medal match. But, yeah, like you said, man, all the other things, man, obviously the defense that we know, the blocks, the rebounding, some of those blocks, man, that gets the crowd just going, and it's just a momentum thing, and it's amazing to see that he doesn't even have to shoot, and have a crazy offensive game where he's scoring 30, 40 points. Mm-hmm. And the guys around, he's making the players around him better. Like you said, he's getting doubled and tripled. And all those other guys are stepping up. But yeah, man, his passing is out of this world. He sees the vision that he sees things before it's happening. I feel like he's watching it and he just knows where pieces are going to be. Right. And it was really cool to, you have Pop and RC in the crowd. You have Tony Parker and Dirk Nowitzki sitting next to each other. It's so cool, man. Like, and so, yeah, I just, man, his, like I said, his heart is on display, man. His emotions and his will to win is on display. And it's a win-win situation for Spurs fans. Because either Team USA wins and we're all Americans and we're red, white, and blue proud, cool. Or if Wemby wins a gold medal, after his rookie year, like that'll be insane. That'll be crazy. That'll be awesome. That'll be amazing for Spurs fans. So I think Spurs fans are in a win-win situation no matter what. Because like you said, it would be pretty awesome to have two Olympic gold medalists on the team, and Wemby doing it for so young.
It adds to his Hall of Fame credentials down the road. I mean, it's not the NBA Hall of Fame; it's the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame, and that's a big thing, man. I take a look at Wemby and the blocks that he has. He had 3 blocks in yesterday's game against Germany. But you might think, okay, well, so he gets 3 blocks anyway. It was the blocks that he didn't get. The fact of the matter is that he's in a no-fly zone. Ain't nobody doing anything offensively on his side of the ball, his side of the court. So it reminded me, I mentioned this yesterday on the show, like Revis Island. Darrelle Revis in the NFL was one of the best cornerbacks in the league, but he didn't have the stats. Why didn't he have the stats? Because no one challenged him.
Exactly.
Champ Bailey was that way. Deion Sanders was that way. You don't challenge those guys. And when he's going out and getting 3 blocks, it's because it's on transition or he's freelancing. But, man, they almost coughed it up. They almost gave that game away, but they pulled it out in the end. You see Nicolas Batum on one leg. All these French stars who are on their last gasp. They won't be on future Olympic teams. Batum. Who was the other guy that we were talking about the other day that went off?
Fournier?
Yeah, Evan Fournier.
Evan Fournier, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, these are guys who have been, like, when you think of Team France basketball, you think of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Under mid-30s, no different than Patty Mills at 35, trying to take Australia and the Boomers to the semis. It's the exact same concept what's going on here. It's really cool to see, and they're doing it in front of their home court. But again, the game is going to be tomorrow, right? If I'm not mistaken, for the gold medal game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I get to bet on this, baby. I'm going to Lake Charles after this podcast. My truck is packed. I'm ready to go. I'm going to Lake Charles. Going to be at the Golden Nugget. Anybody need to get any bets in? Just Venmo or cash at me.
So you put it all on France, huh?
France is USA, I believe, is favored by 16.5 points. So I bet you can get 4-1 if you bet on France. $5 super chat coming in from the Drew Show, saying the last 2 games, Wemby has been the guy pinned down the restricted area under the basket, 1-on-1, and tries to dish 12 times. Be big dunk thing. Well, he did. I mean, did you see that dunk that he had?
Oh man, yeah.
Now I felt bad for the guy that he dunked on, because the guy that he dunked on was, how should we say, had no chance. It was like 6'5", which is tall in real life, but next to 6'7", 4 Wemby.
Yeah,
it was.
And
bad.
it was Daniel Tice.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he NBA player. Like, yeah, Tice. Like, he's a legit NBA baller. And yeah, Wemby. Oh man, that was wild. And kind of like what you said, going back to the whole no-fly zone thing. That's what's crazy. Like you said, is like he affects the game so much that they don't even go at him. Like you said, so it's like, like you said, it doesn't come up on the stats because the teams are changing what they're doing to not go towards him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the next level. that's next level. Like when it comes to defense. I mean, we know he's should have been the defensive player this year. He will be the defensive player next year. I mean, it's the kid is just it's just man he is just when it's all said and done, like we're running out of superlatives for this guy. You know what I mean? Like I'm running out of things to say, and I when I'm tweeting about Wemby or this or that, like we're running out of things to say. Like the dude is just like, it's crazy. It really is, man.
It's funny. Oh, by the way, thank you for the $5 super chat and the $20 super chat earlier, Drew Show. You mentioned the defensive player of the year, Rudy Gobert. Finally saw the court towards the end of the game yesterday. It's like they're playing him spot minutes, right? It's like lefty righty when it comes to baseball.
Yeah,
the way that they're using him, and I don't know what it is because in the NBA he's a good defender, but in the FIBA rules they're going away from him. Why do they're saying
which is wild. You would think, right, that I mean, he's used to the FIBA rules, or you would think he plays better there. But yeah, it's in the NBA. It's just a different animal, man. Like you said, he is not sure. If you didn't know anything else about him and just watch this, you'd be like, is that guy in the NBA? You know what I mean? Like if you didn't know anything, like if you didn't know anything about it, you really wouldn't think like, yeah, he's the defensive player of the year in the NBA. He's a star in the NBA. But like you said, it goes back to just the differences, those nuances. Of the court dimensions and just the different rules and all that. And like you said, going forward, which I know there is some criticism about who gets to join Team USA and all that. Like you said, a good way to do it is not necessarily the All-Stars. It's players that look like they have a proclivity to play that FIBA rules and FIBA style, right? That's a good way to say this is why we didn't bring in so-and-so or not. It's not about you're an All-Star in the NBA. You know what I mean? It's like, because I guarantee you there's players in the NBA that are not all-stars that probably would thrive in these FIBA rules. You know what I mean? So
it's not Dirk White.
Right. Exactly. So it's like, it might be a different way of looking at things come 2028 or whatnot, but it's interesting, and it goes to the complexities of things. It's not just, hey, get the best all-stars out there. Like, again, the talent gap is closing, and the other countries are getting closer and closer. So the thing of just, hey, get your best guys and roll and throw the balls out and play is going to have to change because the talent gap is closing.
Yeah, Edward reaches out and says, NBA coaches have limited authority. In Europe, it's different. Coach has ultimate or unlimited authority. There is, and there's also the fact that these guys know who they're going to be playing with. There's no AAU. I hate AAU, dude. I officiate AAU. I hate it. It breeds, like the Miami Heat with Wade and Bosch and LeBron. It breeds as opposed to having like competition. It's like, well, let's get the best of the best together and play other best of the best. It's a little bit different. I don't like that. Over there in France or in Germany, Serbia, age 14, you're not in high school. You're playing basketball professionally. No different than soccer, no different than tennis. It's what they do over there. By the way, real fast, prayers up for Garrett from the Netherlands. Says he's just popping in a bit. He's getting ready for his surgery on Monday. He's had some health issues and complications over the past couple of years. Lost a lot of weight. I believe it's a heart issue. Garrett, you're in our thoughts and prayers, my man. Prayers up to you. You've been a big part of this show. You're in every day. I want to thank you for being loyal to this podcast. We can't do it without someone like you. And I know that you listen from across the pond, but thank you so much for what you do, and good luck with everything. And we'll be praying for you. Absolutely, man. Prayers up, Garrett. Women's basketball is going on right now. Australia went on a 10-2 run. People are mentioning this. I'm looking at the score right now. Nice. 2016 Team USA over Australia. Team USA should go and win this. I mean, this is the semifinals. Yeah. Is by far going to be that guy. Head of a fist says, Garrett, my guy. Hey, man, Netherlands, man. Like watching from the Netherlands is amazing, man. Like that's awesome. Garrett's saying a pacemaker. Yeah, man. He's definitely in our prayers, man. He's one of us. So we're gonna throw up them prayers for him. Charles Hernandez throwing up some prayers right now as well. Absolutely. Very, very nice. Very nice. What's life like in San Diego right now, man? What's the weather like? Because over here, it was 103 today, man.
Bro, it is, and people hate this, man. People hate it when I say this, but I'm just being real. It's sunny and 75 all year round, man. It is probably about 78 degrees right now. If it gets in the 80s, people are like, "Oh my God, it's hot." It starts creeping into the 80s here, and people are thinking it's a heat warning. You know what I'm saying? No, man, beautiful weather. I'll be popping around the beaches sometime this week or weekend. Again, man, I love. I'm through and through poodle, man. You know that. My poodleness has never been denied. I always say that, right? Born and raised in San Antonio. Had never been on an airplane before I left for Marine Corps boot camp in January 2003, and I never fathomed ever not coming back to San Antonio and retiring in San Antonio. But I tell you, man, I love San Diego. It's hard. It's hard not to love, man. It's hard not to love.
And you showed me around, baby. I was there a couple of years ago. You showed me around San Diego. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't have COVID at that time, but I may have. By the way, I'm looking at a story right now. We talk about pop culture on the show. Who do you think is UTSA's most famous former student? Not saying
UTSA?
alumni. Yeah, not saying alumni, former student. I would go off to say that it's Travis Scott. Hip hop star, rapper.
Yeah, gotta be.
TMZ says that they have dramatic arrest video going on right now. Apparently, he got into a fight with hotel security, and he was also fighting his own bodyguard. Apparently, this happened in Paris. TMZ, they just posted this.
He was at the game yesterday.
Yeah. The sources with direct knowledge tell us that Travis had been extremely upset with a security guard after multiple days of being chased and harassed by paparazzi around Paris. Felt that the security guard was not doing his job, went after, and apparently some sort of altercation took part. Travis was dragged outside by 3 police officers, taken into custody. Travis Scott spent the night in jail.
Man, that's wild, man. Hey, that's the UTSA coming out of him, man.
It's H-Town, baby. Do we claim him? That's H-Town. So I was talking about this earlier this week. You see me wearing a Bobcat shirt, right? I have 2 loyalties. I'm a Bobcat. I'm a Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Bobcats and Roadrunners happen to be their biggest rivals, right? This year, they're playing. They now play every year, right? Texas State is going to host in San Marcos. I went to Texas State my sophomore and junior year.
Yeah.
I graduated from UTSA my senior year, right? UTSA did not have a football program when I was in college. That being said, is it okay if I rep UTSA colors when they play in the Alamo Dome, but I wear the maroon and gold when they play at Bobcat Stadium?
I mean, I like to be the antagonist. So like I would love to go to an away game and be in like the different jersey. You know what I mean? Like I would like to flip flop it just to piss people off, because it's pretty fun to be like, rocking the UTSA inside of Bobcat Stadium or whatever, right? And then vice versa, right? Just to kind of rile people up.
I did that. Marcus Davenport was the defensive end who played for UTSA, and he was eating everybody up. And the Bobcats were like 0-10 that year. And I wanted to see Marcus Davenport in person. By the way, funny story about that game. When I was at that game, I sat really close to the end zone. I was like in the second row, and I was videotaping with my phone the game, like one of the touchdown passes that came in, and I posted on social media. It was dramatic, dude. It was like the ball was coming in. I had it perfect. It was like NFL films. Came down, score. I panned to the crowd. I panned to the cheerleaders. And KSAT called me and was like, "Can we use that clip for the highlights?"
Nice.
We did a courtesy Michael Jimenez on that. That was pretty funny. They saw what I posted on Twitter and they wanted to use it.
Nice. We got people in the chat. We got Mario Cavazos saying, "No, bro, you went 2 years at Texas State versus 2 months at UTSA." You're a Bobcat. my man Little Mac says, born and raised in San Diego, moved to Texas in '93. I'm a California Texan. I heard that. And he asked earlier about the gas prices. That is one thing I will say. The gas prices here are ridiculous. It's expensive out here. It's crazy. But again, you pay for, like, I'm 5 minutes from the beach. Like you know what I mean? Like that's insane. Like when I first moved out here, I just, you know, we when we think of beach when we're in San Antonio, it's a trip. It's a bit, you know, we got to pack, we got to do this, we got to do that. It's a whole schlep, right? And when I moved here, like I remember one time my son had something at his school or something, and I had like 20, 30 minutes to kill. And I was like, I could just go to the beach and kill 30 minutes. Like, that's insane. You know what I mean? Like that's wild to me that I could just do that. And then just come back and pick up my son from school. So that's what you pay for. You know, that's why the gas prices are $6 and all that. But how are the candy apples of San Diego compared to those in Marlboro? Hey, I'll tell you what, you get close to that TJ border, bro, and you see, you know, matter of fact, right after this, I'm gonna go to get my haircut in Chula Vista, which is like right on. It's damn near, you know, on the TJ border. You know, and that's another. What's up?
Have you gone to TJ and party down there?
Yeah.
You've gotten your Richie Valens and Bob.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Blues,
like blued and tattooed. Hey, TJ's wild, man.
We had a daughter. We named her Brenda.
You went to Tijuana without telling anybody? A fine pair of sinvergüenza.
Great. What a great movie. That's an A++++.
Oh, man, that movie.
I was allowed to watch that one growing up.
Oh man, that one is classic, man. And Bob's my guy, man. You know, I used to joke and say, you know, hey, if you can't handle me and my Bob, you don't deserve my Richie. You know what I mean?
But didn't you feel bad for Bob's wife?
Oh yeah, man. She picked the wrong guy.
Hey,
but actually though I don't know, man. She chose, man. You know what I'm saying? She thought Bob was, you know, when in the beginning of that movie,
Bob had money.
Yeah. They are poor is not even the right word. You know what I mean? They are living in like a work, you know, camp for better word, right? So Bob comes in the motorcycle and she's thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna accelerate my life. You know what I mean? So she chose Bob. She was Richie's girlfriend, or it seemed, you know, like it in the beginning of the movie. Hey man, she chose that. So, but yeah, it's tough, you know.
By the way, I liked the who was it? Was it Swiss who put me in with La Onda?
Oh man,
on Twitter.
I told him, man. I said, you guys are discrediting La Onda, man.
Dude, I fit right in, dude. It was my pose, man. I was crouched down and everything.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
I'm thinning out a little bit.
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
a bod. I gotta lose like 12 more pounds and I'll be happy, dude. 12 or 13 more. But I'm back on the down slope, man. I had my lowest weight in the last 12 months the other day.
That's good, man.
So clothes are fitting better, you know?
Yep. Hey man, you know, as we start to get older, man, we start to realize like, man, before you could just do whatever, right? Eat whatever, you know, now you're like, oh man, I gotta watch what I eat, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You know, as you get older, man, it sucks that we gotta get old, man. You know, I think that's what Apollo said to Rocky, right? Like, why you know, yeah, right. Like, man, why do we got to get old? You know.
Sam Selena saying she picked Bob over Richie, then Richie settled for the Weta. I mean, Donna had no curves, man. Donna was just Donna. I mean, it was
Donna was just Donna was just Donna, man. She was just there. You know.
So my ex, by the way, this is a great point. Isai Morales, aka Bob, had great acting roles, The Ozarks, which was a great role. I think it was season 1.
Man, Isai Morales is awesome, man. Yeah.
So it was so funny because I remember my ex and I were watching The Ozarks, and she was like, "Oh, who is that? That guy's so hot," and all that stuff. And I said, "You have the hots for Bob from La Bamba." And my ex was like, "That's not him. That's not him." And I showed a side by side, Bob and him. He became the Mexican Silver Fox, dude.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
You know, Latinos age differently, man. You know, if we do it right, we do it right.
Mm-hmm. That's true, man. I believe that. You know, I think especially, I mean, Latino men. I mean, I feel like, you know, again, man, we you know, you start getting into this, man. You know, you start growing that out, right? So you know, we age like fine wine, man. You know.
Who's saying that I have resting? Charlie Hernandez saying Donna was flat as a box. MJ do have that resting on that face, according to him.
Oh man, yeah, Donna, man. Ghana was wet on Marbach. Nice. Mario Cavazos said.
This weekend, got to do some gambling. Dude, we've been talking about Poodles in Paris. If I win anything, it's going to go to my Poodles in Paris file.
Fund. Your fund. Yeah.
Dude, I was pricing out tickets the other day just to go flight round trip. $660, dude. $660. And I referee basketball games at like $55 a pop. I'm like, referee 12 games in November. Dude, I found that out the other day. They were telling me that training for refereeing is in 4 weeks. And then we've got our first games in 8. I'm also going to be doing announcing of high school football.
That's cool.
So I'm going to be the stadium announcer for a couple of high schools or for a high school and be like, that was, Rick Fernandez 8-yard run tackled by Garcia.
The Edgars from John Jay are coming back.
And I don't know why I said yes. I don't need the money necessarily. It's just like they're like, hey, it's a football game. It's 3 hours. I'll pay you $75 to $100. You want to go do it? If I get some Frito pie and some Diet Coke with that, I'm all about it. Okay, so when you go to a game, okay, you collect the beer cups, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, you go to an average game, whether it be a Spur game or whatnot. How many beers are you actually drinking? Because those are expensive beers.
I mean, yeah. And here's the thing, man. It depends on where you're at. Like here in LA at the Crypto Center, bruh, those beers are like $20 a pop. And at the AT&T or at the Frost Bank, they're like $12 or $13 or something like that. So it's funny because like I had been to so many away games that when I came back to San Antonio a lot more, like with Steph and stuff, and I started going to more Spurs home games, I was like, man, these beers are cheap. I was like $12, like, or 24 for 2, because usually I just buy them in 2s or whatever for like, and I was like, man, that's pretty cheap. And she's like, what are you talking about? That's cheap. And I'm like, man, I'm used to Cali where they're like $20 a pop, $18-20. So, I mean, bro, what you see is what you get, dog. What I'm stacking is what I'm drinking. I mean, in Vegas, the summer league, they were a little bit cheaper too. They were like $10 or $12 because it's at the Thomas or the UNLV campus, And something that's interesting too, though, is because it's on campus, they can only accept tips in cash, which is kind of strange. Yeah, and I kind of feel bad for the people because, like, I don't carry cash. Like, I don't know who carries cash. So, like, it's less a tip versus, when you go to a regular arena, you put the tip on your card or whatever. But I just thought that was interesting.
Rick,
but
do I get street cred a little bit more for going to a Ice Cube, Bone Thugs and Harmony E40 concert last weekend? Do I get any street cred for that?
Hey, man, I'll tell you what, man. Obviously, Cube is a legend. And I love me some Bone, man, growing up. That Bone Thugs was bruh. I mean, first of the month, Thuggish Ruggish. I remember when Thuggish Ruggish first came out. I had never heard anything like that. You know what I mean? It was. We're talking
like girl just wailing. It's a Thuggish Ruggish, man.
Yeah. And then she's like, we got Lazy, Wish, and she starts naming them all right and all that. Like it was just like the beat, and then the way they started rapping, obviously, like they're just rattling off like Busy Bone and just like bam, 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 bam. I had never heard anything like that. I mean, we got to be talking about 92, 93, something like that.
Yeah.
That
Cali hip hop, dude, that death row hip hop from back in the day. The only one that we're missing that would have made that concert even better. There's 2 that I was looking at. One I thought was going to be there, which was Juvenile, dude, because slow motion, back that ass up. Yeah. All that stuff. I would have loved that. He was all that tour, the beginning part of the tour, but wasn't on the second end of it. I was pissed off because I'm not pissed. I was just disappointed. But give me some Cypress Hill.
Oh yeah.
Give me some Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
I Can Just Kill a Man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Great.
Yeah. Cypress Hill was awesome too. Somebody, I think it was Sam Salinas, said, "Don't forget Easy. He discovered Bone." That's true. That's true facts. I always think that's interesting.
Who discovered Tupac? Who discovered Tupac? Trivia question. It's funny. Underground. Bone, huh?
Digital Underground.
Got it.
Yeah, Humpty Dance.
Digital Underground. Shock G, baby.
Tupac's carrying crates for Digital Underground. You know what I mean? I always think that's so interesting seeing those spinoffs, right? Like, seeing like the dude from New Edition discovered Boyz II Men.
Right.
Right. So it's like you see these, and you know, obviously we could go into like 50 Cent and Eminem.
Well,
all these
New Edition had a song called "Boys to Men," spelled the exact same way.
Right.
Literal.
Yeah.
Hey, we idolize you guys.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about that is like they bring in other talent and they start discovering. But yeah, man, Eazy discovered Bone, which was pretty cool. I love me some Eazy too back in the day, man. Easy definitely left us too early. Yeah, man, all just that you know, like that era, man, when it was exploding with Snoop and Cube and all that, man, was like art, like in the 90s, you know. So when we were coming up and like. And I think that it was all that West Coast flavor too. It was like, man, okay, like that's what's up, you know. So it's cool, man. I love the stories that they tell.
We have asking a question from Mario Cavazos, because In Too Deep was also there, by the way. Back to the Hotel. Did you sing that to your date, Mike? Gentleman never tells.
Right.
Mario Cavazos comes out and says, Cypress Hill is my favorite rap group. Saw them at the Live Oak Center back in the 90s.
That's awesome. That's good. Yeah, Cypress Hill would jam, man.
They are great, man. It's fantastic. I love going to concerts. I think I'm going to be going to see Posty. Post Malone is over in Austin at the Germania Amphitheater.
That'd be cool.
That's the one I'm looking at. And don't hit me. And people are going to give me crap about this, but just legends, baby. Mariah Carey, November at the Moody.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's a legend, okay?
Yeah.
The other one, I think next month, I'm going to go check out Childish Gambino in New Orleans.
That'd be cool.
So right now, you know, divorced Michael or about to be divorced Michael goes to concerts, okay? I go to casinos. I go to concerts. I go to sports games. I'm booking vacations for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because I can.
Yep.
Single Michael, married Michael.
Sam Salinas says KTFM Summer Jam. I remember that, bro.
Oh yeah,
that was my Summer Jam, bro. Hey man, that was like the Super Bowl for a young teenager in San Antonio to you know get your pen and pad. We didn't have the phones back then. It wasn't like hey, give me your number, give me your Instagram. It was that pen and pad, you know, with the mints, you know, and you had to stone cold walk up to a female and be like, hey, you know, it wasn't no. That's what I tell my sons. I said, man, y'all got it so easy now. Like all y'all got to do is just like. It's easy to talk to somebody through a screen and through Instagram. Like we had to cold walk up to them. You know what I mean?
Well, have you seen Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah.
Remember the teenager that goes across and meets that girl, and he goes, "How do I get a hold of you?" And she goes, "Just come find me." And he goes, "That just seems like so much effort."
For sure, man.
Little back saying Wu-Tang Clan. I saw Wu-Tang over at the Majestic, which was a weird place to watch them. I pre-gamed too hard. I was drunk by the time I walked in the place. But my friend JJ Guarena and I went out there. Sam Salinas says, hook it up with the digits, man. Get the digits.
Got to, man. That's the move, man. I'm telling you, you know, and it's funny that you say you're kind of going back to what you're saying about divorce, Mike. You know, it's true, right? You spend a lot of your life, you know, with somebody and all that. And, you know, you're married and you're doing the whole, like, you know, hey, you know, can I go to there? Can I do? You got to be considerate of all that. And like you said, now when it's just you're like you said, you do it because you can. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're like, yeah, like I'm going.
I ain't getting old. Yeah, I ain't getting old. I have no plans. I'm 47 years old. I have no plans on getting old in the next 15 years. Y'all might think that like I'm old, you know, or might think that Jimenez probably set his ways. F that, dude. I'm gonna go party. I'm gonna go drink. I'm going to go to casinos. I'm going to go to concerts. I'm going to work out. I'm going to do all that stuff. Dude, before this, I ran 3 miles before the show, took a shower, got on, you know, so this is new life, man. New life. I'm going to sit here and be depressed.
My man. Yeah. Somebody asked me about what's your football team. I love San Diego. I've been in the Chargers fan since I was 13. Well, I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan. I mean, so I live here in San Diego, but I mean, I'm here. I came here.
Give me a record. $20 bet. Me and you, if you want it. By the way, Little Max saying Onyx with the great
Onyx. Yeah, Onyx.
Great album, one of the greatest album titles of all time.
Yeah, Onyx.
Back the fuck up.
Yeah,
the name of their album back in the 90s. Yep. Slam was the big hit. Okay. Here's a bet that I want to do with somebody. I'll take it. $20 bet. Anybody wants to take it? Mm-hmm. Max $100. There's 17 games in the NFL season. I'm saying the Cowboys win 8 or less.
I think they'll win more. I'll take that bet. I mean, so 8. You're saying 8 or less?
Yeah. So I'm saying losing record.
Yeah.
Just
So
winning
I'll
record,
take
losing record.
I'll take 9 and above. You know what's crazy, man? And I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like I feel like the Cowboys might have a better season because no one's expecting anything. No, you know what I mean? No one. It's like maybe I'm psyching myself up. I don't know, to do some like some Jedi mind trick stuff. No, but you know how sometimes it happens that way. Where you know what, people are like, all right, this ain't our year. I'm done with them. That. There's no expectations. There's no like pressure. They might play it. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it happens that way sometimes. It happens that way sometimes when it's like, what do you got to lose? Like, so maybe they play a little bit more free, or maybe, I don't know. We'll see. The Dak situation is interesting. Looks like he's going to walk after this year, and McCarthy will probably both be gone after this year. So I don't know, man. I'm down though. I'll put money on that they win 9 or more.
By the way, real fast, 9 or more, I'll take the bet. Bet. They have no running backs. And Zeke apparently looks awful in camp right now. Our girl, Steph, with her new profile pic. I liked your caption on Twitter this morning or last night. Bookmark. Okay. I noticed that too, by the way. I noticed that she had posted something, someone bookmarked it.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the hell bookmarks photos?
Yeah. Well, so
I liked your take towards this all.
Yeah, it's kind of a running joke because like whenever she posts pictures, she gets all these bookmarks, and I laugh about this stuff. Okay, like I think, I don't know, somebody thought that I was really being upset about it or something like that. It's funny to me, it's funny to me because it's just like, and so like I make light of it, and I'll say like who's bookmarking this stuff, like show yourself, Yeah, like it's crazy. But yeah, she'll get a bunch of bookmarks, and it's kind of funny, and I laugh it off, and I'm like who's bookmarking this stuff, but it's there. I wish we could see it. Like I wish it showed you, because now that you can't even see people's likes no more. But I wish it did show you who bookmarked, because you can't see it. Even the person, like I don't even think you could see it. Like if somebody bookmarked my stuff, I can't even see who bookmarks it. You know what I mean, or whatever. So she can't even see it, or no one can see it basically. But yeah, there'll be like 4, 5, 10 bookmarks, and I'm like, what are you bookmarking it to come back to it for what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand.
Back in the day, Instagram, was it Instagram that would like tell you, this was back in the day when it first came out, like who's watching your stuff. So if you can see who was stalking, that was kind of creepy. Kind of creepy because I was stalking at the time. Real fast, give some love to MCS General Contracting, Chris Bayhound, and the fellas do an amazing job. If you have concrete placement needs, I'm looking at my patio right now. They did the extension. They did the sidewalk. Love my house. I'm a happy customer, happy client. Go get them. Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs, Ken's 5. Don't forget to follow him at Jeff G. Spurs on Twitter and on Threads. Has an article right now on Twitter. Who's playing Christmas Day? Your San Antonio Spurs, baby.
Yeah, in New York City, baby.
Spurs are playing
in New York City
on Christmas Day. Very, very nice. Oodles in Paris.
Oh, Christmas in New York City?
Christmas in New York City?
Hey, Christmas is beautiful in New York City, bro. That time of year.
Did they move that piano from FAA Schwartz away so that you and I could do the whole big?
I would be down, man. Chopsticks. Yeah.
I did that before, by the way. I went to New York and I did.
I have too. Yep. And I did that same thing too at the big toy store. But New York's amazing, man. I love New York. I haven't been in a while, but that time of year is so beautiful there. Like, it's insane, man. Central Park, like the big trees up, and Rockefeller Center, and like, yeah, actually that'd be cool. New York City and Christmas time, that game, that sounds like a cool time, man. That sounds like a good time.
Freaking cold is what that
is.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah.
So the Christmas Day games, according to Sham Sharani of the Athletic, Spurs at Knicks, T-Wolves at Mavericks, Sixers at Celtics, Lakers at Warriors, Nuggets at Suns. So the whole country's covered. You got some West Coast games, some East Coast games.
Yeah.
You've got one right there in flyover country. Dude, it's been fantastic being with you today. I know that you have to wrap things up. Again, Jeff G. Spurs Zone for Twitter, for Twitter, Locked On Spurs. I think I'm on today for Locked On Spurs with Jack Thompson. We debated whether or not Sohan actually had a leap last year, whether he's going to get another one this year. We also talked about whether Wemby, where Vassell is Vassell the appropriate Robin to Wemby's Batman. And we also talked about whether or not the Spurs dropped the bag when it came to not getting Lauri Markkanen, when it came to not getting Trae Young. Are the Spurs going to regret not making a splash this offseason? So again, follow Locked On Spurs on Twitter. Follow them on Spotify like I do, also on YouTube. 5,000 subscribers already on that. We have over 1,000 over here, but we're having a great time. Spurnandez, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy that weather there in San Diego.
Appreciate it, man.
Case over here. I'm heading to Golden Nugget in. So it's 11:50 a.m. I'll be in Houston by 2. I'll be in Lake Charles by 4:30.
There you go. Easy day, bro. Easy day. Appreciate you having me. Shout out to Joe doing his thing, and I appreciate all the listeners and people that were interacting, man. Appreciate it. And one more prayers for our guy Garrett.
Garrett, yes, thank you so much, Garrett, getting that pacemaker type deal going on. We're thinking of you, man. We're thinking of you. Oh wait, real fast. Tony Nollis said he's going to retire his Cowboys jersey because of Jerry Jones. He's to retire already. Very nice. Tex-Mex Frank saying he'll take the bet that the Cowboys win more than 8. I said $100 max.
All right. I got him, dog. But yeah, let's do this.
And to wrap things up, Sam Selena says, "Safe travels, Mike. Don't forget to burn that shirt." I've had this shirt for like 15 years, man. This is like my night shirt, but I'm gonna wear it on the road because I don't know how people drive like on the road like 4, 5, 6, 7 hours dressed up.
Oh yeah, no, I got to be comfortable, man. When I drive anywhere, I'm comfy, man. I'm in like, slides and like, yeah, I'm not dressed in what I'm wearing or whatever I'm gonna wear. Like if I go to I'll go to a game, like my sons and I will drive to Phoenix or something like that. I'm not gonna be in my jersey and everything driving, you know what I mean? Like no, man, like I'm gonna drive comfortable and then I'm gonna find somewhere to change or whatever. Shout out to my guy Sam Selena. It's always good to see you, man. Yep, I appreciate you, Doc.
Very nice. We'll be back on Monday. Tomorrow, all I know is some team wearing red, white, or blue is going to be the gold medal champion. The team wearing red, white, and blue will be the silver medalist. Let's go Team US. Nah, screw that. Wemby, baby. Let's go Team Wemby. That's Spurnandez. I'm Mike Jimenez. Joe Garcia's in the basement. We'll be back Monday.
Oh, yeah. One love.
Thanks, man.